Dude, I did the full wraparound. I stayed up until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning or so. So I caught like the very start of the prelims. I think the last thing I was awake for was that incredible Kyle Daukaus knockout, which had me tweeting at Paul Felder that there's just there's something in Philly where the Philly guys, a knockout happens and it sparks something in their soul. And then I set the alarm for 6:30 a.m. Woke up right in time for the Ortega versus Sterling co-main event and fought valiantly to stay awake for Walker versus Zhang in the main event.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that about Kyle Daukaus because I got to say something. Because, Kyle had some ups and downs in the UFC, leaves the UFC, wins 4 in a row at CFFC, which you know very well, Paul.
Yeah.
But he was never known as like an explosive, powerful guy. Going up against Michel Pereira, clearly a powerful, explosive, backflipping type of guy.
Yeah.
I say on commentary, I say, yeah, well, one thing Kyle Daukaus isn't really known for is the explosive power. That's a fair statement, right, Paul?
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's known for that. He's mainly a really good submission guy above all things. So, yeah.
And then right as I say that, boom, right hook, knocks him out cold.
I got to say, I've worked with the same, I haven't seen the poor guy in forever, but Rich Poehler, one of the really good strength and conditioning guys here on the East Coast. I've worked with him for years. Both Daukaus brothers. Sean Brady worked with him for a long time. A list of guys. That dude has been consistent with that for a long time now. I know that he has been always trying to get bigger, get stronger, and really fill out. And, he's been gone for a while and rattled off those wins. And I think, you get an opportunity to come back, and he's shown that he's been working on being more powerful, and he went for it. You get an opportunity, you got to go to freaking China, and he made it all worth it. I imagine he is on cloud 9 right now after that. He worked hard to get back into the UFC, still a young guy, and I think he's got a lot more wins in front of him. I think that's what he needed, was that boost like that to go and knock out a crazy guy like Michel Pereira as impressive.
Well, I want to talk about the craziness of Michel Pereira because I mentioned this on commentary a little bit. Paul, you've done this a long time. You know about sports science. You know about recovery. You know about the body, right? You don't lift weights in like the final week of a fight camp, do you?
No, you don't.
No, that's all done at the start, the mid, towards the end. Then you taper down.
Yeah, it's got to be a peak. Yes. Yep.
You try. Yeah. I go to the gym Saturday morning in China. Right? Michel Pereira. Fight day. Listen, I go into the gym Saturday morning. Michel Pereira's in there with his Brazilian entourage. They've got a massive, gigantic speaker. Boom, boom, boom. Blasting out the worst, like Euro pop dance house music you've ever heard in your life. Right? And he's doing full-on weights. He's doing squats. He's doing a lot of bicep curls, heavy shoulder press and stuff. And I'm sitting there lifting my weights, doing my little routine, thinking, what is he doing?
What are you doing?
You don't do that. You do not lift weights on fight day.
No, you don't. You really don't.
You just don't. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
What are you doing? Getting a pump on? Getting a pump on the day that you need your muscles to be firing on all cylinders. Listen, there's nothing wrong with getting a sweat in, cracking some pads, doing a little, rehearsal, kind of going through things, getting the muscles warmed up and ready to go, and getting those carbs and calories like in you. You know how it is. You cut that weight the next day. That first sweat is like itchy. It's hard to kind of get going. You want to do that, but getting a pump on is,
Just to add to what you said, for people that don't understand, you go through this weight cut, which is very traumatic on the body. You essentially almost kill yourself. And we'll get to Brian Ortega because he almost did.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get to that in a minute. So the first time that you use your body properly, you don't want it to be in the octagon. You want to start the engine a little bit. Yeah, you want to get a sweat on, you want to get a warm up, but you also, because the first time that you do it, you're like, I'm getting out of breath really quick, because you've just almost killed yourself the day before. You don't want the first time that you start the engine to be on the stage in front of the world, but to be doing squats and getting a pump on so that it looks good on camera. I was like, what is he doing? I couldn't believe it.
It shows where your head's at. It shows how you think as a fighter. And unfortunately, it's not the right thing. I mean, a couple push-ups, a little jog on the treadmill, a little warm-up. Okay. Still don't think that's the way to go, but I could understand that. But lifting, squats,
jumping off the air whilst doing the squats, explosive
jump squats,
jumping off the air. And granted, he only had 45 pounds on each side, so 135 pounds. So not exactly going heavy. Okay, certainly not for a guy that's built like he is. But even still, you're draining the legs of precious glycogen that you're trying to restore from the weight cut that you just did. Glycogen is the fuel in the muscles, by the way.
Yes.
So to get all scientific on you. But crazy. Anyway. All right, today's episode is sponsored by Huel. And if you are a busy man in the morning, if you are on the go, but you still want to get a complete nutritious meal in your body, but you don't have time to do it, well, guess what? Huel is here to save the day. They are today's sponsor and they have you covered. Huel, Huel, and their Black Edition is a complete meal so you feel full, focused, and ready for the day. Huel's already sold over 500 million meals around the world, and now is your turn to try it. New customers right now can get 15% off at Huel.com when you use the code BELIEVE.